What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. You only have a few hours left for a chance to win some free silver if you already aren't subscribed and haven't entered the giveaway. I'm going to be picking the winner today, so your time is running out. This is probably your last chance to enter, so make sure you do that. If you don't win this 37,000 subscriber giveaway, it's okay, because I'm doing a 38,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm also doing a 39,000 subscriber silver giveaway, and I'm also doing a 40,000 subscriber silver giveaway, and that's going to be over $1,000 worth of silver given away on that one. And I'm going to be doing more over the next, several months and several years, so you're bound to win one of them. So, I mean, why not be subscribed? If that doesn't pique your interest, I also post daily videos, so, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Click that red button. I got y'all. This video is going to be something that we really got to look at, because we're talking about the president of the United States, which is heavily, the decisions he makes over the next 4 years is heavily going to influence and affect the price of silver. And since it's going to affect the price of silver, it's going to affect our profits, how much money we make. So we need to learn how to adjust and adapt accordingly. Whether candidate A, B, C, D won the election, silver would come out on top, but the goals, the things that are going to be set in stone with each one of these individually is going to still need to come from a certain time frame, a specific time frame. So we need to adjust to profit off of the outcome. Now, we know Joe Biden is definitely more of an excessive spender than Trump, and he's definitely throwing more money out, not really caring about the cost or the aftermath or the effect it's going to have on the dollar, and that's a little worrisome. I mean, this is not a political channel, not whatsoever. I'm a realist. I'm looking at the decisions from an investing perspective, not from a moral or political perspective. I'm looking at his actions and saying how it's going to affect the price of silver, not if I think it's a good or bad choice. So remember that. Remember that. Now, we know he's giving out a lot of stimulus. We know that we don't have stimulus to give out. Well, to the amount that he is. Throwing trillions of dollars of stimulus in the air, giving it out, we don't have that. So it has to come from somewhere, and there's going to be a cost to pay. And that cost to pay could be detrimental in the longer term. In the short term, the immediate term, it's great. People need help. There's a lot of businesses, affected or that are closed down. A lot of people that lost jobs and are struggling. So that $700 check, that $1,400 check coming soon, it's great. But at what cost? Right? And this is the interesting part. We had no choice. He had no choice to make any other decision. If if candidate A, B, or C wanted to win, they all had to throw out that $1 trillion stimulus word, and no one would have voted for them. And now they know what throwing that much money out is going to do. But what are they going to do? Just tell America, no, we don't have money to give you guys. Sorry. Yeah, that's going to go over real good. Or no, we can only give you a $50 stimulus check because the dollar's already collapsing, and we're already $27 trillion in debt. So here's $50. I'm sorry. I hope you guys understand. No, that's not realistic. So they have no choice. They know that they cannot be giving out this much money, and there's going to be huge consequences, but they have to do it. This pandemic has put the entire world in an extremely vulnerable, exposed situation, and that also played a huge role in the entire world realizing how financially unstable America is. The U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency. Everyone across the world relies on the U.S. dollar's strength. So if the dollar fails, then everyone else across the world is also going to come tumbling down with it. You see some countries opting out of the U.S. dollar as their reserve currency. Some countries already are from this pandemic. And listen, this pandemic wasn't the start and the finish of all this. This was long coming. I've been making videos for like 6-7 years on this channel. Well, probably more like 5 or 6, but I've been investing for like 7 or 8. But regardless, this has been happening way before I started. Way before I started. We knew that the dollar was collapsing, was failing. We knew that silver was a ticking time bomb. When I made my video years ago, 5 years ago, I was talking about silver exploding someday. And the time is coming sooner than later. This pandemic just sped it up times 10. Even if this pandemic didn't happen, I would still be making a video talking about $50 silver. I would still be talking about the dollar, collapsing or becoming weaker because of inflation. But the pandemic, that just sped things up times 10. So everything that was going to happen is just going to happen a lot sooner. And that's a smack in the face because a lot of us were not ready. And now we have to get on our toes and make quick adjustments to our strategy to keep us on track. Because if you didn't make that adjustment, then you're probably stacking a way that was very last year, pun intended, and it's not going to work very good for you. I've made a lot of adjustments. I had to rebalance my stack. If you guys didn't see, I did like a $4,000 silver unboxing the other day, a couple days ago. And it was all tubes of American Eagles. I bought 4 tubes of American Eagles, the 2021s. And that's really late in the game for me. I've been stacking for 7 years, so I shouldn't have to be worrying about bullion. I should be diversifying into other coins like pandas and stuff. But I did it the opposite. I started buying pandas and accumulated a lot of pandas and kooks and didn't really have a base foundation of bullion. I had a lot of high premium silver, so now I'm buying more of my bullion. And that's me adjusting and adapting, because right now this situation is definitely relevant to look at our strategy and to see what we're lacking, what needs work, and what we're doing right. It doesn't always have to be negative. But regardless, throwing this money out is going to have an effect. I don't know the time frame, but we do know for the next couple decades, this is going to be an effect. Silver is going to be needed more and more and more. His green energy, his green energy plan to make, to make the entire world under solar panel or carbon emission, zero carbon emission by 2030. Some countries are saying by 2025, and the entire world's jumping on board. China, everywhere is going to be solar technology. Meaning that silver is going to be at the forefront of that, since silver is used in photovoltaic cells, which is in solar panels. So silver demand, especially now, is only going to keep rapidly rising. It's rising faster and faster every year, but the production isn't. Production was down last year by like 11%. Demand was up a higher percent, but this year they are expecting production to be up like 3%. That's not enough, because right now we're very deep in the hole. Since for the last 7 years, we've been basically abandoning silver mines. Since silver's price has been so cheap, nobody wants to dig it out of the ground because it's not going to put any money in their pocket, right? Miners are looking for gold and things that are going to actually put $1 in their pocket. There's going to be consequences for not looking for all that silver like we see right now. Silver's scarce. There's not much silver to go around. Silver shortage. And that's from that situation specifically. We're paying the consequences for all those years that we weren't producing silver. And like I was talking about, the global pandemic was just throwing a wrench in the mix, because then all the mining companies were shut down from the virus, or when they were back into business, a limited workspace, all the safety precautions. And not only that, when they do dig it out the ground and they're trying to ship it across the world, there's so many boundary delays and all the some boundaries are closed, and the flight plans and distributing it's extremely hard. I mean, think about how hard it would be for everyone to get their silver on time. I mean, look at it from APMEX. When I bought silver from the Reddit short squeeze, and you know how many weeks some delays were when you buy silver from a person-to-person individual basis. Imagine that from shipping, thousands of tons out across the world. It's not going to go easy, and the worst part is this is when we need it more than ever. So what I'm saying basically is there's going to come a point in time when the producer is going to turn into the consumer, and the consumer is going to turn into the producer. the people like you and I that want this silver are going to be selling it to the people that need it. See, everyone's holding silver right now. No one's selling it because they see its true value. I made a video the other day talking about, I think it was Iowa passed a bill where it was like 87% of people voted on it, voted yes. They need to start holding more precious metals so they actually have some real value of wealth for preservation, because they acknowledged the dollar depleting, and people are realizing it. So what's going to happen is silver is going to be all bought up and held, and there's going to be nowhere to find silver. But we still need to keep making the newest, latest iPhone. The newest Tesla model still has to keep coming out. So what are they going to do? The people like you and I that bought it, that wanted it, are going to be able to sell it to the people that need it, because they're going to be willing to pay any price because they need it. See, we don't have to pay any price because we just want it. It's not like we're building technology in our basement to try to figure it where we need it. No, we just need it just for personal use. But we want it for personal use. They need it for real world things. So that's when we'll be able to set the price higher. Kind of just like Bitcoin. There's only 21 million Bitcoin in the entire world that will ever be created nor destroyed. There's only I think there's 5 million left to be mined or to be, bought. 16 million have already been in people's wallets, and that's a very small supply for a global coin. I'm not talking about Bitcoin, though. That's a whole other video. But the point is, though, that there's going to come a day and a time where there's not going to be any silver left, or if there is, people are going to be willing to pay a pretty penny for it, and hopefully we're the ones selling it to those people. I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos every single day, giving you the newest, latest, freshest information. I'm also doing a lot of giveaways, so make sure you click that red button. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.